Ryan, did you know that if you're traveling this summer, you're probably going to do it in a car? You're probably going to take a road trip somewhere,
Makes
and you're going
sense.
to want to be safe. That's right. And so we've got some great safety tips today. So from AAA, please welcome Paula Twidale. Hey, Paula, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Kelly?
I'm okay. Um, so a lot of people like to take road trips during the summer anyway, but during a pandemic, it seems like people are really going to be taking a lot more road trips than normal. So let's start with packing. Can you take us through like travel essentials for our road trip?
Absolutely. My number one thing for you to take is you pack your patience because you're going to need that, especially coming out of quarantine. People hitting the road, they need to be prepared. You need to make reservations. You want to pack some extra food, hand sanitizer, a mask, gloves, things that you'll need on the road. So you want to be planning in advance is critical.
You know, Cal, I'm
Mm.
thinking about the road trips we used to take, and my father, if you had to go to the bathroom, you needed to announce it 45 minutes before he would stop because he wanted to stop at the closest restroom to the exit ramp and the on ramp. So when we're stopping at these restrooms or these rest stops, Paula, what do we need to be thinking about in terms of safety, especially right now?
First, let's start off, Ryan, with knowing where to stop because you want to plan ahead. In doing that, you can actually visit AAA.com and we have trip ticks and you can plan out your journey and you can really look at what's available, what's open. So that's first. Also, when you're in a restroom in an area where you're stopping, you want to make sure that you're not touching anything. So you're wearing either gloves or if you have to use anything, use a tissue or a disinfectant wipe and make sure that after you wash your hands, you put some kind of barrier between your hands and an outside door handle or a faucet. So just keeping that cleanliness is really, really paramount right now.
I'm assuming it's the same for stopping for gas because, I'm from New Jersey originally where they pump the gas for you. So it wasn't until I moved out of the state that I realized that not everybody, has gas station attendants that pump the gas. I did not realize that at all.
You're definitely reminded me of my AAA automotive colleagues that will tell you, first of all, make your best bet. First of all, you're taking a road trip, check your battery, your engine, and your tires. Now, when you're stopping for gas, you really want to be able to keep some disposable gloves with you. If you don't have that, put something between your hand and the gas handle. My favorite thing to pack, truthfully, are plastic bags because if you have a sandwich bag or anything, you could use that if you didn't have a glove with you. And then use a credit card so that you're using plastic instead of cash and you're paying at the pump. You're minimizing contact. And then make sure you wipe off that credit card with a disinfectant wipe or some hand sanitizer before you put it away. So those little tips can really keep you safe while you're on your journey.
Paula, when there's something to look forward to, like a road trip, I get very excited and I find it difficult to sleep the night before. How do I get a good night's sleep before a road trip I'm excited about?
I love that question. Most of the
That's
times,
what I wanted.
I don't get a good night's sleep before a trip because I am excited. But if you're planning ahead and you're taking the time to do these things and know where you're going and do the research and make your reservations ahead of time, you're taking that anxiety out of the trip. You want to make sure you have extra food with you and prepare the night before so that you can actually put your head down on the pillow and relax because really travel's fun. Let's face it, it's a fun
Yeah, it's
industry.
true.
People can't wait to get out there and travel again. So relax
I,
and have a
I,
good time.
I love the night before a trip because I want to get up so early to hit the road to get out there and do it. Let's come back with more safety tips with Paula from AAA right after this quick break on Live.
All right, so we are back with Paula Twidale from AAA. She's giving us some great tips on our road trips, ways to prepare, ways to be safe. You sort of touched on this a little bit in our previous segment, but what are things to keep in mind during our road trip, Paula, when we stop to eat at a restaurant or someplace like, where people stop to eat at a rest stop or something?
Well, right now you have to make sure we know what's open. So, as the good news is that we're going from phase one to phase two in many of the states. So there'll be a number of places starting to open. But if they have in-house dining, there are going to be some limitations. Certainly, there'll be longer lines, a longer wait. Anticipate that, and certainly also minimums like maybe 25% to 50% capacity. So packing extra food is always helpful so you can minimize those stops. A drive-through is really probably your best bet if there's a location that has drive-through or curbside pickup available, just to maximize your time. May also minimize some of your contact when you're on the road, especially now. So we're really trying to take these extra measures that people normally really didn't think about too much before COVID-19, but now you have to plan a little bit ahead of time to make sure you're stopping in the right places. Make sure you understand what's opening along the way.
Kelly, you have me thinking about where I'm going to stop. Do I want Taco Bell? Do I want In-N-Out? Do I want Steak and Shake? And I don't even know where I'm going, but I'm thinking about where to stop.
I remember when I was a kid, there was one of those old fashioned, like an old fashioned sort of Happy Days restaurant. I'm trying to think of like
Where
the
you could pull up and they
waitresses
put the tray.
they would, right, they would skate up
Sonic?
to the car. It wasn't Sonic. No, it was a very local restaurant. It wasn't a chain. But the waitresses would skate up and put the food right on the car window, and it would feel so exotic to us. Like it just felt like we were in another place, another time. And I don't know, maybe that's the new thing we'll do now. Like that's the new normal. Going out to eat will be based in your car. I don't mind it.
Let's make it fun. Whatever it is, make it fun. So, there are drive-throughs, there are curbside pickup. You can have a picnic. You can bring a blanket, bring extra food, pack extra things with your family. You want to just be able to enjoy each other. This is the time you really, when people say stop and smell the roses, this is what you want to do. The great outdoors is something that everyone's looking forward to do right now. A lot more people are cycling, hiking, glamping, bringing tents with them, all sorts of fun things. And this is the time to really enjoy the great outdoors. So have fun with it, no matter what you do.
What about the hotels, Paula? The hotels, motels, we're driving along. We need to stop for the night. What kinds of things should we be thinking about during COVID-19?
Well, number one, Ryan, call ahead to make sure that they're open, understand what their safety protocols are. AAA has preferred partners, and we deal with most of the major brands. So those major hotels are all also looking at using electrostatic sprayers, cleaning common areas more frequently, looking at social distancing, contactless entry, key entry. They're sanitizing rooms so that you know that they're not entered after they're cleaned, those kind of things. Also, make sure when you're in the room, when you finally do check in, that you're cleaning some of those main surfaces yourself. Bring your sanitized wipes of some spray, wipe down some tabletops and sinks and things like that. The number one thing to really look forward to wiping down are things like not only door handles, but light switches, locks, keychains, and the remote control. Some of the things that just never, get cleaned as well as other things in a hotel room. And that's my favorite, plastic bag, because if you don't have something, you can put a remote control in a plastic sandwich bag or a quart-sized bag and use that to keep your hands away from the remote control.
What's the status, real quick, before we let you go? What?
I was going to say, where have you heard all of these tips before?
Kelly Ripa's, she's lowercase a. Lowercase
when I go into a hotel, I just want you to know that, Paula, every single thing that you have just suggested, I do, because, and this was pre-pandemic. This was just, I didn't want.
This was on a Tuesday.
I didn't want. Yes, this was just a Tuesday.
Yeah, I can relate to that, Kelly. I've been traveling for many, many years. I've been to 39 countries. And for the people who know me and will watch this will say, yes, I know that she did this before this COVID-19 struck. Because when I'm on an airplane, I've always brought wipes and wiped down my seatbelt, the tray tables, everything around me. It pays to take those extra steps, because keeping yourself healthy and happy, you're going to have a great experience when you're traveling from that, and you want to keep your family safe. So we're making it light of it a little bit now, but the thing is, it's a precaution that everybody should really focus on and make sure they take those extra steps. And AAA has some great things online to help you through that. We follow CDC protocols and the WHO, and We can plan with TripTik, so TripTik, T-I-K, at AAA.com. We have a COVID map that can tell you what states are closed over the border that require quarantine. So we can help you with all those things, including safety protocols.
Really great stuff, very timely right now. My takeaway are all of these tips, which are on the website, and the fact that you've been to 39 countries, Paula. Thank you so much. Great to meet you.
Same here. Thank you very much for having me on.
KellyandRyan.com for those great tips and more. Paula from AAA, so nice to meet you. We'll be right back here on